Hello, friends, and welcome to our last call in our 21-day purification cleanse, which ended yesterday on fall equinox 2025. And today we are on our own. So here comes a little wrap up and conclusion video for you who would like to kind of see what am I going to do now. First of all, yes, you can keep using your shakes with SP Complete if you feel like it makes you feel good and it still serves a purpose and you feel good in your stomach and you need maybe you would like to use it once a week, or you need to maybe continue on because it feels like there's more to let go of. Certainly, but just as a reminder, this SB Complete is not necessarily a fill me up kind of food. It is nourishing, but it also vacuum sucks and takes toxins on the way out. Whether if we make a smoothie without the shake powder, then the wellness formula, then we might be more nourishing, just filling up and no cleaning, and we'll get that light feeling in the belly that some of us really like. And I know some of you wants to use it for breakfast smoothies, and I think that's wonderful. But just know the difference, that depending on what you ate the night before, it might be a push, or vice versa. Maybe not at all. So just keep that in mind. And I have a few photos I'm going to pull up about different things and how to get back and what you think about. Before I even do that, I just want to show you that this is a product that some of you might need. It's called Saipan, and it is enzymes for to eat after our meal, 1 or 2 after the meal. Some of you are low on enzymes, digestive, bloating, not feeling like the food is digested properly or well enough, or it's hard for our digestive system to take care and help to process the food that we eat. And some of us need Saipan to help that. And there is all kinds of different kinds of enzymes out there on the market. And this is one that Standard Process does. This one is gluten and non-dairy, gluten-free and non-dairy. And you might work for you. Some of you I know might need it to digest dairy, different grains, cheeses, all those kind of things. Or after like a big dinner out or something like that, it's nice to have that on hand. It's in my bag. I take it now and then, not all the time. But I wanted to let you know that that is a great alternative for digestion. Now let's move on with what we can how we can introduce foods into our diet again. Okay, here we have the number one. This is just like a little little help on like how should we eat again? What should we do? Are we just on our own? And yes, we are on our own, but we're also can follow along if we would like to continue with the whole foods we talked about in the last call. Stay hydrated. We did not talk about that, but keep your habit of drinking plenty of fresh water and herbal teas, and perhaps even lemon water in the morning if that works for you. And also keeps your portion moderate. Too big of a meals will make us not feel so good after having these nice, easy, light meals. And then the next one is, okay, how should we introduce foods? Okay, introduce it in phases. Just kind of like we kind of slowed down on the way before we jumped on this 21-day endeavor cleanse. We took away some grains, some protein, and caffeine, and perhaps wine, alcohol, hopefully went out the door too. And now we are introducing the protein maybe a little bit more, some of the grains a little bit more. This is just a suggestion. if you would like to have something to follow, then this could be a nice thing to take a screenshot of and save. How to introduce a little goes a long way. And if you say had any allergies to something, then introduce one grain at a time. So you can see if there's something with the grains. If you had an allergy with, let's say, dairy, introduce one dairy product at a time and kind of try your way forward, because some of them might be beneficial for you, and of course, some of them might not. So there we have a new category, ones at a time. And then we have listen to your body. We just kind of said that. Check how you feel. Give yourself about 24 hours to see if there's anything going on. See how it feels in your digestive system. Does it go through with ease? Keep it clean and easy. We talked about that. Eat your carbohydrates, your protein, and your fats in a nice, even way. Okay. And yeah, you can still do your smoothies if you would like to, and a couple of times a week, because it does feel good to help. And if we just stop right away, maybe it gets too dense with the digestion, or maybe your body is like, wow, no, I need more food like right now. So take that for how it works for your body. And then we were going to, okay, we're going to run through what we've done for fun, and just kind of, and also take up what we had on today's call. And then we'll go into meridians and foods, just a little bit something new and extra. Okay, so we have in the back of our mind always to choose whole foods whenever we can. 4 to 6 servings of vegetables and fruit a day. And we'll stick to whole foods. If we have cravings for sweets or salty, sweets is usually we need real carbohydrates, and salty is usually maybe we need more real fats. And maybe we need vitamins, maybe we need a whole food vitamin, and maybe we need to take it with a omega-3 oil so that our vitamins can be absorbed correctly. Some of our vitamins needs oil, healthy omega-3 oil, and some of our vitamins needs water. And then we talked about the superfoods and the importance of antioxidants. The antioxidants can help us to clear the body of toxins and eat up and speed up the process of eliminating foods that are not making us healthy. And superfoods is a good one to bring in, and maybe we'll choose one superfood each day. Small amount goes a long way. You can Google superfoods. You can go back to the video that says superfoods on the front. And then we talked about grains. We choose whole grains. For great grains is brown rice, quinoa, millet, and the Russian buckwheat. The buckwheat is very it's very dense, and it keeps us filled up a little bit longer. And then we talked about dairy and how we perhaps will choose plain dairy and whole dairy, maybe even raw dairy in some forms. If we have issues with dairy, but we still want to do some of it, maybe the goat milk or cheeses is easier for us. All the dairy that is the nut, the oat, the coconut, the rice, the different alternatives dairies, they usually have the seed oils and added sugar. So just kind of check the ingredients. And then we talked about macronutrients, which is really what we're striving for: carbohydrates, protein, fats in a nice even servings each meal, if we can. Maybe we divide it up. And then the micronutrients, that is what we can find if we eat a balanced macro diet, then we can find it in the whole foods. But sometimes it's not enough in this day and age that we live in, since we not all grow our food or raise our proteins and on our own land. Then it could be really like, if we needed to, if we feel imbalanced, maybe we need to take a vitamin that's appropriate for our age group. That would be micronutrients. Different diets. There are different diets. We talked about that. Lots of different diets. Choose one that works for you. And it always changes a little bit. If you do have some like issues with different foods, maybe look into what your blood type is, and maybe look into what are the beneficial foods for your blood type, and also look into what is the non-beneficial foods for the blood type. The non-beneficial foods, maybe you're eating a lot of it, and then maybe one of those is the one that's causing whatever is causing our digestive issues. And then we talked last time about prebiotics, which we can find in some of our leafy greens, onions, cabbages, when we eat them, and our body makes the biotic for us. And then we can certainly also buy probiotic supplements, and there is probiotic in some kefirs, some yogurt. We can also find probiotic in sauerkraut and in some of the vinegar drinks. And then we also talked about broth and how we can cook our own bone broth, and how it supports our digestive tract by helping it to heal and align stomach lining, and also help to pull out with it as it digests through the system. It pulls out toxins or stored food in the nook and crevices inside our intestines. And today we were also going to talk about oil pulling and dry brushing. Okay, oil pulling is when we take a spoonful of olive oil, sesame oil, and those two I recommend, and we put it into our mouth, and we put the timer on, and we do it from 30 seconds maybe to start, up to 5 minutes. And we squish it around our mouth, and we squish it around, and that oil helps to clean and support and nourishes our gums, our enzymes in our tongue and in the mouth, on our tongue and in the mouth. And it also helps to really pull out impurities. And it is a very beneficial Ayurvedic practice. It's called oil pulling. So then when we have done the oil squishing around the teeth for as long as we can handle it, then we take a big tissue and we put it out in the tissue and throw it in the garbage, not in the sink. And then we can do a little scraping on the tongue, and then we can also brush our teeth after that, because there's a lot of impurities that we can get out from oil pulling in our mouth. Just like when we clean our skin with oil, when we pull out off makeup. And then dry brushing our skin is very beneficial. The skin is governed by liver. Liver is the organ that cleans our blood. And by sometimes if we have issues with the liver, we see it in the skin. If there's foods that we eat that the liver is having a hard time digesting over and over and over again, then we end up with rashes in different parts of our body. There could be other reasons, but that's one reason. Dry brushing will help the blood flow, and it will help the liver in the whole body. It's like a vent in our entire integumentary system, in our entire skin. So by dry brushing, then we bring the blood to the surface, and we get to help the skin to eliminate toxins that we are breathing out through the skin, that we are sweating out, and all of that. Dry brushing is very, very beneficial for not just getting our skin smooth, but it also helps to eliminate toxins. We start at the right foot. up the leg, we go to the left foot, up the leg, we go to the right arm and left arm back if we can, and then with a handle, and then the belly last, furthest away from the heart, and then back in. And then we also help our lymph system by doing it upward and inward. So, okay, we've done all of it. Congratulations to us. Now, let's continue on with our meridians. This summer, I did a yin yoga session, 12 sessions, where we went through the different meridians in the body, and we touched base a little bit on the foods that could benefit. And I thought that that could be fun for us to have like a little send off about foods. So here we go. Here is the lung meridian and the large intestine meridian. They go as a team, as a pair. So the lung meridian's food, I'm going to send this also in your email, and you can take a look at it. I'm actually not going to read it out loud because there will be too many words coming in, and especially coming out of my mouth. And what I just wanted to bring to the surface is that we have the 12 meridians. It is 6 pairs, and they work in our deeper level of our body, like they run within the connective tissue and the fascia, and they help to transport chi in the body, life force, that little freeways. They have little holes here and there, lots of them. And when there's blockages of chi, life force, then our body doesn't necessarily work the way optimally that it could. So then there are food for the meridians as well that could help to strengthen the organs itself. So in here we have the lung and the large intestine meridian. They run in the upper body. One runs in and one runs out, and they work together. And then we have the stomach and the spleen meridian. They also work as a pair. One runs from our toes up to the head, and one runs down. And heart meridian and small intestine meridian also work as a pair. They work from the center of the chest and out. One runs out and one runs in. They go all the way out to the digits. And there's a lot to say about the meridians, like so much. And I just wanted to bring up these 2 charts so that we can have as a little send off that, wow, okay, it matters what we eat. And some of our organs that are weaker than others, maybe we need to support them with their beneficial food. We have the bladder meridian and the kidney meridian. They work as a pair. And then we have the pericardium meridian and the triple burner. They work as a pair. The bladder and the kidney goes a long way, toes to head. And the pericardium and triple burner goes center, out the fingers, out arms and fingers. And the gallbladder meridian and the liver meridian runs from our toes up to the side of the head. And there's a whole lot more to say. I'm sending these out for you that are on my email. And you can also take screenshots here. And it's kind of fun to see how that works as well. Because yeah, it has to do with we eat for digestion, but it could be fun to eat for our organs too, and eat for our meridians so that they can work really nicely. That would be traditional Chinese medicine hints. Just a little brush on the surface for that one. And then I have one more thing, unless I had a few more things that I had on my mind that I wrote down. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. I do think this is a really fun one to end our class with. And that is our feet. Now, does our feet have anything to do with our digestion? And yes, it does, because we have 7,000 nerve endings in each foot. And if our feet gets cold, freezing, or if they're always cold, then it is said also in traditional Chinese medicine that it affects our overall health if we have cold feet. Poor digestion, bloating, headaches, and overall not well-being. So if we have socks on, we have our slippers on, we keep our feet nice and warm, then our organs can work accordingly, because we have 7,000 nerve endings going down in our feet. So we want to make sure that our feet are nice and warm and cozy at all time, if we believe in traditional Chinese medicine, which is just like a fun add-on to this 21-day cleanse. Highly recommend to keep your feet warm. I can give several examples, but I think we're going to leave it right there. And I thank you so much for listening. And I hope that you are feeling great and lighter and brighter, and maybe some issues cleared. Maybe we learned something about our eating habits or such. So give me some feedback, and I will see you in our next gathering. Either you come to one of my classes here in Norwood, or maybe we meet on my YouTube channel, or maybe we meet somewhere else. So thank you, and have a wonderful time, and happy eating again in a new, fresh way.